stories. It can be about random shit, sex, childhood stuff, more sex. This podcast has mainly been about sex and allegedly drugs. But today's episode, we're talking about something I had thought about was like hard video games, I gotta ask everybody, what's the hardest video game you played as a kid, like when you were younger? It can be like elementary or like middle school.
Alright, so hardest game that I can remember from the top of my head, just based from a story mode perspective, and this is just one. It was probably I'm gonna have to go with Marvel Nemesis, because there was a lot of times that game, just playing that story mode, it was just hard for no reason and pissed me off for no reason.
We broke him mentally. We broke LeBron.
What about you, King Beast?
Fucking X-Men Legends 2, dog, man.
Damn, what about that?
Dude said X-Men Legends 2. I'm surprised you didn't fuck around and say Wolverine's Revenge, because that bitch
I never had it.
Well, that bitch was.
I didn't.
That bitch was ass and it was hard. It can't be both.
Like, there's two of us, and we were like, cause we kids, we don't know shit. We just shit at managing our stamina for the super moves and shit. But then the whole time I'm playing the thing and I'm Wolverine, I'm like, why the fuck ain't I healing? Why the fuck I gotta pick up health packets and shit? We never beat that fucking game.
I generally did think Ultimate Alliance 1 was hard too.
I think I only had the. I had Ultimate Alliance 1. That shit was fun.
It was hard, but it was fun. It was at least as a kid, because you're not really familiar with how layouts are and stuff. For me as a kid, it was definitely, and Warwick knows where this phrase comes from. If he, we're both both beautiful Cinemassacre fans, but it was one of those where the fuck do I go kind of games, because you would get lost at like probably every 5 minutes, and there was no like YouTube back in the day, so
Dune's Castle was a maze.
You was fucking stuck. It was like, damn, I guess I'm gonna have to just keep restarting this restarting the story over till I find something that I missed.
What about you, Werewolf?
Mission Impossible and then N64.
I didn't even
never
know
got to the first level.
What
That's
the
a game.
fuck?
Yeah.
So you were on. So you were you were one of those. It's only been the first fucking mission and I can't get past it.
Yeah. AVGN did that exact game.
Wait, that's
the game I could not beat as a kid.
That shit forever haunts you to this day. You gotta get your lick back.
That shit. I think I still have it, honestly.
I was gonna say, don't you still have like your Nintendo? If you don't go ahead and go. Yeah. You know what's funny? I still have mine. I'm debating on selling mine. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Oh no, it's funny. I ain't seen mine in years. That shit gone.
Oh man.
Rip.
Them niggas sold your shit when it was of no value.
Oh man.
God damn.
For crumbs.
What's it called? Do y'all ever had a game that like scared you so bad you couldn't play it?
Resident Evil 4. Oh, once I seen dogs' heads popping out and nope.
Wasn't there one game, Warwick, that you said wasn't it like a Resident Evil game, and it was like for I forgot what system it was, but wasn't it this one scene where this guy was turning purple or some shit?
That's Resident Evil 2. Yeah, the black cop turns purple. It's the music that made it scary. It's like dun 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 dun. It's like you can see him slowly turn from brown to gray to like purple.
Oh hell no.
Yeah, 64-bit scary as a kid.
that fear.
I guess there's. I also remember there was another Resident Evil. Just by its cover alone, scared the shit out of me. It was Resident Evil remake on the GameCube, where Jill's like trying to fight back a zombie from eating her. That was literally the cover of the game. That scared the shit out of me. Made me peek every corner in my house.
What's it called?
This dude.
I think the hardest game for me though as a kid was probably Enter the Matrix.
I only had.
I think I've seen that.
Yeah, that one, it takes place basically the same time as Matrix Reloaded, but you're just going through Niobe and Ghost's perspective.
So I don't get to put Will Smith through hell?
What do you mean by that?
Crickets.
Well, seeing as how seeing as how he was supposed to be in Matrix, that kind of makes sense.
Thank God he wasn't. I love Will, but that just, no, it wouldn't work.
Oh no, it would have been ass. I ain't gonna lie to you. He like.
What's it called? There are 2 games I can remember off the top of my head that was too scary for me to play. One of them was Dead Space. I was not fucking with that game at all.
Yeah.
The other one was the tutorial in Ultimate Spider-Man.
My nigga, what?
What?
Bro, Venom dead ass pop. That nigga was in your grill off rip. My brother and I was in fear, dog. Like, I swear, look, that shit came out in 2005, and he got that shit for his birthday. So he was 4, and I was 6. Or I was 5, finna be 6. It's his birthday and shit. We both wanted the game and everything, but it's like, you know what? This is your shit. This is your day. Go crazy, play it. As soon as that tutorial mission popped up and that nigga Venom was in our grill, boy, that nigga got scared and said, no, you fight him. I'm not doing that shit. I said, no, nigga, it's your birthday. I'm not fighting that nigga. He is huge. That nigga is large. That nigga's tongue is the size of my face. Fuck that.
You better than me. Now, I'm not gonna lie. Fighting him wasn't the scary part. It was the part after that when he started like feeding on you. I was like, what the fuck do I do?
Man.
Why is Spider-Man getting ate?
When we actually mustered the courage to start playing and we was whooping his ass, like, okay, we had some confidence and shit, right? When you gotta run to the other end of the football field, we heard this nigga's footsteps and that nigga just fucking popped out of nowhere into the frame. We paused the shit and turned the shit off. We wasn't playing that shit no more. That nigga caught up too fucking quick. We couldn't.
I ain't gonna lie. Ultimate Spider-Man in general, as a kid, was just a hard ass game. Come to think of it, because it was. Because you had that. You had the Johnny Storm race. That shit pissed me off.
I ain't gonna lie. I mudded that nigga with ease. I'll shit you not. I was on Spider-Man 2 all the time.
It took me on it. Well, because as a kid, I really didn't play none of the Spider-Man 2, because, you know, there was races and stuff on the game, but I didn't really do none of those. Like, so I couldn't really grasp the concept of racing a whole nother nigga. And this nigga was just faster than me because my hands were just fucking slow.
Nigga said I ain't have the cognitive function.
And then, okay, so when you have to chase the Green Goblin and you have to save those people,
that shit scared me.
That shit made me get out that game for literally, I think, about 2 months, because it was too hard. I'm like, bro, I can't do nothing.
Look,
he hit me with fire.
We had just started reading the Ultimate Spider-Man comic books around that time and shit, so I didn't know that was Green Goblin. So when some fire nigga busted out of the fucking building, I'm like, why the fuck is the Hulk on fire? Why do I gotta fight the fucking Hulk? I was scared as shit. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. And it was like, we gotta chase this? Hold on, we gotta fight this nigga?
Oh yeah, and when you play as Venom and you gotta chase Electro, that shit was hard too.
That shit was fun. Now what was hard was defending Spider-Man as being knocked the fuck out and shit. I remember struggling with that shit like a hoe.
Yeah, because he had a small health bar
on me, and then fucking Carnage, when you had to fight Carnage, that shit was scary too.
Yeah, the hardest part wasn't actually fighting Carnage, in my opinion. It was getting them doors open.
Oh god, I was about to say, bro. Like, my fingers wasn't fast enough, and I was trying my fucking hardest, and by the time I got the door, I had like what? My health was down to the point where I wouldn't lose health anymore, and I had to fight basically no fucking health.
Yeah, cause you definitely had your health definitely was drained because you had to feed people. Nah.
Because that was some fucking bullshit. But I hope when the new Spider-Man game drops and everything, I feel that fear and don't want to fight Venom when I play that shit. Like, I want to actually dread. I want to feel pain and not want to fight this nigga at all. Like, I want this nigga to mud me. Because like, even the first time I played Spider-Man and shit, some of the shit did feel kind of too easy. Even though I had it on like the hardest difficulty I had at the time when I first started playing, I was tryharding that shit too.
Oh yeah,
it's having fun with it, but it's like it didn't feel difficult enough.
Yeah, that was a big complaint for me too. Like, Miles actually kind of gave me somewhat of a challenge, which I appreciated.
Oh yeah, I felt like some down to the wire shit. Like, I barely survived. Like, when I was fighting Rhino the second time and shit, when he had all the gear on, it's like, yeah, that shit actually, because you just get swarmed by so many niggas. It's like, it's hella simple, but it's just like, hold on, nigga, this shit kind of, them niggas kind of trying to pull up on me. What the fuck going on here?
Yeah.
What is this racism? Because Peter ain't go through this.
No, pulling up, bro. I'm sitting there playing Halo Infinite on the heroic. Man, dude, when I say the cheese is so real, bro, like, it was a part where literally, like, after you get done with like blowing up a I guess you can say like a power surge or whatever. Fucking a ship just pops up and no, not even, it's like pods, like fucking Star Wars pods and shit. Just imagine a bunch of big ass gorillas. I'm talking about 20 deep, pull up. And not only that, they got armor and they got shields on. And they all in it. And what makes it worse, they all have like an ability where they just launch at you like some fucking linebackers. And it's like, bro, I can't do nothing with that. And all I got is a fucking pistol, no ammo in my assault rifle.
Hey, no, hold on. You giving me flashbacks to Halo Reach with the fucking mods on and shit to make it harder on purpose, and then trying to beat that shit. That shit was hard, dog. Any Halo game on like a legendary, whatever the fuck hardest difficulty is, that shit is hell.
Yeah, that's what I meant to ask y'all, because the second question I have for y'all, like, do y'all think games are they easier today compared to like back then, or?
Yeah, I definitely think that.
They was unforgiving back then, nigga. You had to, bro. Imagine having to replay the entire room. That like Halo had to work where it's like, if you died and you was at a certain checkpoint, you was literally in the same scenario you died in, and you was stuck dying in an infinite loop.
Yeah.
Restarted, or just learn how to surpass that shit.
Like, I think it's both. Like, I think it's the games were a lot more harder. They're a lot more challenging, but I also think it's because our skill level, it wasn't up to par how it is now.
Shit, even right now, I bet you I still struggle in fucking Halo. Let me fight the Flood on the hardest difficulty in Combat Evolved. Watch what's gonna happen to me.
Oh, you're gonna get fucked up.
Shit. That don't mean shit. Them bitches is hard. It ain't had nothing to do with me. Them motherfuckers just went hard.
There's one game though, I feel like it's not the same though, because like Gears on Insane, especially co-op. Jesus Christ! Like, me and my uncle been trying to beat the game for like 2 years now. I've already beat it like solo, but on co-op, it seems like it's 10 times harder for no reason. Like,
that's because they spawn more enemies.
No, we're stuck on like a ice berserker.
An ice.
Keep in mind, these niggas don't have no eyes.
Which Gears are you playing?
Gears 5, and they're like, on top of that, they take spikes out of their own back and throw it at you, and so you're stuck. And basically, if you get stuck, you're done for, because he'll run straight through you, or he'll
that big ass berserker.
Mm-hmm. And then on top of that, they also cheese where they just jump. They jump and they launch on top of you.
See, that's crazy, because my brother and I when we was playing Gears 5, we beat that shit, because we beat every Gears game on Insane except for Gears 4, because we don't have that one. But Gears 5, we just ended with, like, we got past that part. That shit wasn't anywhere near as hard as I thought it was going to be. But it's just like there's this one fucking area where you're in the desert and shit, and it's like we can't fucking get past it. Like this nigga got so pissed he uninstalled.
That's literally the last part, though. To be quite honest, it's like almost the last part. That one's not that hard. I don't think that one's that hard.
But you want to talk about a Gears game that was hard on Insane? Gears 3 was bullshit.
No, I'm not playing that on Insane. I'm sorry. I'm not doing it.
That shit was so fucking fun because it was so challenging, but at the same time, like, bro, I thought Gears 2 was hard. Gears 3 is a whole nother level on some shit. Then when you end up on the fucking last level and you gotta fight Mira, bro. No, dog. See, that was my retirement from Xbox. That's when I put my jersey in the rafters. That's when I did that shit, dog. I just stayed on my PlayStation 3 ever since.
That was 2013 too.
That was 2011, bro. We are old.
Actually, yeah, it was 2011 because it was because that's when PlayStation got hacked and I didn't have no Xbox, and I had to go get a new one.
Shit, my brother be getting all the hard games for his fucking birthday.
No, I see.
Motherfucker, but I'm be the nigga that be trying to play him on the hardest difficulties. I'm not gonna lie. I said, fuck that. I need a challenge.
But I want to segue to like the last like main question. What's some hard games as a kid that you were just like, fuck this is too hard, you quit on it, but you went back and played it now as an adult and you're like, this shit easy as hell. What was I struggling for?
I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little bit retarded.
I guess I would say Perfect Dark.
I've never played that game.
Yeah, as a kid, I don't know what the hell I was doing.
When I went back to play Spider-Man 1.
Dude, you brought up some memories.
Cause them Oscorp missions, that shocker, man, that shocker subway scene, fuck,
Oh no.
fuck you. I still, and Spider-Man 2, when you gotta when you have to actually like destroy like Otto experiments, you gotta smash them generators.
And the fucking machines start doing it start expanding and shit.
Yes.
And knock you in the water, you done for. I remember that, bro. How the fuck
I'm like,
man, but you can't fucking swim?
I was like, what the fuck? Spider-Man can't swim?
He's a spider.
Yeah.
First I can't swing webs in Central Park. Now I can't swim. What's next?
I remember I was at my mom's job. I don't know why she took me that day, but I was chilling in like one of the offices by myself. I beat the entire game. Even like one of her coworkers came by. He was like, "Oh yeah." He was like, "I'm about to get on that mug too." He was like, "Watch out, little man." I'm like, "No, you tripping, bro." I'm like, "I'm gonna beat this mug." And I remember playing through Green Goblin because I never had got that far. I think because I didn't have a memory card either.
Green Goblin was so fucking easy. I'm not gonna lie to you.
He was mad easy.
As a kid, he was As a kid, I ain't gonna lie. As a kid, that nigga was whooping his ass more in the game than he did in the movie. I was like, fuck.
Think about it. You had
pathetically predictable.
You had Green Goblin. You had Shocker. You had all them niggas in there. Scorpion.
Another hard ass game. Going back to it, that's kind of
Xbox Cat Craven too.
Oh yeah, I had that Craven crack.
No, I ain't have that.
That shit was crazy. I fought that nigga in the snake pit on purpose.
You was a demon for real. I stayed as far as the fuck away from that snake pit, boy.
So I've hit that Optimus Prime. I'll take you all on.
Oh, Ghost Rider was another game that was very difficult for kids as a kid.
Come on, bro. That game was easy back then.
Hell,
You had them cheat codes, nigga.
Bro, nah, bro.
Yeah, you definitely had cheat codes, bro. Podcast listeners, you gotta listen, bro. There was a time, me, Kiki, King Beast, we went to this game store in Houston. Hey, bro, video games? Yes, that's the name. We went there one time just looking at for like vintage stuff, and we sitting there testing on the PS3 I was gonna buy, and this nigga Kiki, I kid you not, bro, this nigga, he must have put in the cheat codes when we wasn't looking, because This nigga was not dying. He was clearly getting hit and stuff too, bruh. I'm like, nah, this
Nigga
nigga
damn near
cheating.
maxed out his ability
Turn on
in
the mods.
15 minutes
I don't
on
know
a
what he turned
PlayStation
on.
2.
I'm like, King, I know you see this, bruh. This nigga's cheating. There's just no way.
I had to squint and shit.
He was like, nah,
Hey.
this cake work.
This nigga like,
Hey.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, it's like our boy Mark and Lindair say. I'm the sweat when it comes to superhero games.
Nah,
Bro.
but nah. You definitely cheated because what made it worse, you clearly was dying too, but you just kept going. I'm like, wait a minute, nah, this nigga clearly just fell off the map. Nah, bro, nah.
You keep going in that game until you run out of health.
Heck, nah, I don't remember that shit ever being like that. Nigga had them cheat codes.
You don't get cheat codes until you beat the
Invincibility.
game. Until you don't get cheat codes until you beat the game.
Yeah, that's what they all say.
I'm dead
Alibi.
ass.
Hold on, wait. I'm trying to add something in this bitch real quick. Hold on.
I know one game though, and Kiki knows, and especially Seven and them, they definitely know. We would always go up to we call it the YMCA. We didn't really go to the YMCA, but that's what we call it. That's our little summer camp, whatever. And I was always bringing Ninja Gaiden 2, bruh. And I don't know what it was. Like, that game had haunted me, like, my entire childhood, bruh. There's one mission where it doesn't make sense. I don't know why they did this, but you end up fighting a dinosaur. And what made it worse, I beat the dinosaur, right? I'm like, oh, hell yeah, this motherfucker was hard. Next thing I know, bro, the dinosaur blew up and it killed me, and I had to restart the entire thing.
The fuck type of dinosaurs you fight, bro?
It was a dinosaur dragon. I don't know what it was, but when I died, bro,
yeah, you entered.
I never played that game again. I never played it again. Not on 360. I went back and played it on PS3, but it's not really the same version. But I played it, I was like, this shit easy. This is your king? This is what I was struggling with?
That's why I said, like, it go into like I feel like games back then, they were challenging, don't get it twisted, but I also feel like our skill level wasn't as good at gaming as it is today. So it made the game 10 times harder.
I don't know, man, because it's also the way games are designed too, and fighting games. Because I went back and played Budokai Tenkaichi 2. Them controls is hard as a bitch, and I don't know how. Like, I used to be used to that back then, and then like the new Dragon Ball games, I'm like, ugh.
Because they didn't simplify it. Ever since Raging Blacks 1, they literally simplified the controls. Like, I don't know why they did it like that.
Yeah, dog, that shit was complicated, bro. I'm like, how you do this combo? Wait a minute. I got a Super Saiyan like this. I got a fusion like this.
Because when I was playing Budokai Tenkaichi 3, I forgot that L2 in that game is to charge up. It's not down on the D-pad like how it is.
No, I always remember that.
I remember the time it was a B button and a left input where you kind of like tap to the left twice to charge.
Yeah.
that was Budokai. Like, just Budokai 1. I'm also having some flashbacks of Budokai 2 and that chessboard fucking shit.
That mug was great. I don't care.
Man, I hated it as a kid.
That's not the worst. That's not the worst one. That's not the worst one. Is when you have to switch out characters for like a big team battle. That shit is the worst. I had to look it up online. I'm like, what the fuck is the controls, bro? I'm getting cooked. I need to switch my character out, bro. And this is just like in the story mode. You gotta like L3, R3, L2, R2. Like, it was something stupid. I was like, come on, bro. Who came up with this? This is not even a video game at this point, bro. This is.
Nigga, am I playing a video game or am I putting in cheat codes?
Like, what the fuck is this?
Well, I just remembered another hard game.
Uh-oh.
Wwf War Zone.
Jesus Christ.
That
Jesus.
game looked. First of all, that game looked like fucking absolute shit. I think it was like on the PlayStation, the regular PlayStation. That's when they went from blocky polygons like WWF No Mercy on Nintendo 64 and WrestleMania 2000, and they switched into more realistic, or not realistic, but lanky looking characters like a PlayStation 2. That fucking game made no sense. It's like playing Mortal Kombat 1. The character is just automatically hard. There's no difficulty setting.
Hard.
They literally just kick your ass on the get-go.
Oh, that's because on the story mode for Mortal Kombat, the game is automatically on medium.
Like, what the hell?
Nah, Mortal Kombat is always like, especially Mortal Kombat 9. I was thinking about getting a 360 just to like or a PS3 to get like go back to like some of the old games. But that game, I'm probably gonna avoid that, bro. I'm sorry. That game was hard as shit, and I can't afford breaking another controller.
Damn,
Can't do
dude.
I actually had like a sprained wrist. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I kind of was raging at Halo,
Oh, the injury.
Bro.
and when I slammed the controller back, it popped my wrist back. I was definitely down for the count for a good like 5 minutes.
That's what your ass get.
You hurt yourself without hitting anything.
See, I was already hurt, so it just kind of just.
Hey,
Just by the motion.
hey, for a controller, he flew pretty good.
He flew pretty good. Okay, Chief, gear up. We're about to touch down on your Halo. Or not Halo City, fuck. What mission is that? That's Outskirts. Halo 2, okay. Look at that. I already know my shit.
Halo didn't seem that hard. Maybe it's because the remake they made it easier. Like, because I was playing Reach with Werewolf, which we need to finish that mode. I'm like, this shit ain't that. It's irritating a little bit, but it's not hard.
Yeah, it's not like Combat Evolved hard.
Like maybe it's just because it's like a remake, I guess you can say. And that's probably what I need to do is go check the original because it felt easy. Maybe it's just me. It just felt easy. Same with
This
like.
one's gonna hurt your eyes. I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah. That shit blurry as hell. GTA 4.
Yep, grainy, blurry.
And the frames is disgusting. Almost threw up. Motion sickness.
30 frames.
I don't know how we were used to that back in 2008.
Because we were a different breed. Different breed of players.
Then like Call of Duty, like that don't seem as hard as it was back then. Like I used to just be like, oh heck nah. Cause I didn't start like it's really because like my homies got me into it because I had 360 and I didn't even have Xbox Live. I was like, the fuck is Xbox Live? Like what is that? Like bro, you can play games with us, with your friends. You can play Call of Duty and they got ranks. I'm like, the fuck is a rank? What are you talking about?
What a prestige.
Xbox. I used to think Xbox Live was like a brand new. It was like basically a brand new system.
Nah, I knew it was online, but I was like, what do you mean by online? Like, the fuck are you doing? And once I got on that shit, it was a GG. That's when I turned into a menace.
When did you get live?
It's been 7 years now, or it'll be 8 in 2 weeks. On like Christmas.
Yeah, it's in 2010. So I already got that 10-year badge.
Look at you.
Yep. December of 2010. I got Xbox Live during Black Ops 1.
Oh.
Definitely that's when I remember getting Xbox Live.
But if we were talking about Call of Duty, I would say the moment it got hard, like sweaty as fuck, I would say that happened around Advanced Warfare. When I started noticing some like really hardcore players, then it just got worse by, let's see. World War II wasn't difficult. I want to say like Modern Warfare is when they really kicked up that skill-based matchmaking. And everything you did was a literal sweat fest. You literally played against yourself. A whole entire team of you.
Oh.
That is annoying. If it's someone like with 2K or higher, you're facing people that literally think like you. So it's just this constant kill, die, couple kills, die, just going back and forth.
That's different though. You sweat. You need a towel.
Yeah, you drenched.
Well, yeah. I go for the good KD. Fuck the objective.
Drink you some of that Gatorade.
Why not G Fuel?
I'm cool.
Yuck.
Nah, we're gonna go ahead and close this episode out. Before you close it out, just name one more game that you like. You probably you want to conquer. You know,
Nicktoons Battle for Volcano Island, because I never fucking beat it.
Jesus
Please
Christ.
Shut the fuck up. No. Nicktoons specifically, and that's what annoys me.
Oh my god.
I remember I was playing as Danny Phantom and SpongeBob. You had to fight this big ass cheese shell type monster, and it would just fuck my ass up every time.
I think I had that shit on the Game Boy.
Gay?
Something's wrong with you, Kiki. I just want
Dude,
you to know that.
Dude had it on Game Boy. I had it on that main Jane, that PlayStation 2.
Mm-hmm. What about you?
Donkey Kong 64.
That's a good one. Definitely want to play that.
Never
on
completed
Switch.
it. Got pretty far in it. Never completed it though.
What about you, King?
Metal Gear Solid 4.
Rip.
That's the one that was on PS3, right? The launch game.
I think so.
Yeah, the
But
old one?
That shit was hard, though.
I need to ask you, bro, because I asked Seven this because I played it for 10 minutes and I said I'm good off this. Why in the beginning of the game there was niggas with his legs mooing? I need answers, bro.
You don't know nothing about that, do you, Ken Folk?
I turned that shit off. I said I can't do this.
Nah, boy, them robots wasn't playing. That's the Cow Patrol, nigga.
I think the game for me that I'm gonna conquer one day, if I gotta get a Game Boy Advance and pay resale, I will. I want to beat Metroid Prime. That has been a game that I couldn't beat. I was 5 years old, I think, when that came out. Yeah, I had the silver Game Boy. Was it the SP? Is that what it was called? Ants or something like that. Y'all know the square joint, the little silver joint. They had like silver, they had a red, a blue.
PSP?
No, Game Boy.
Oh, Game Boy.
Yeah, you probably know what I'm talking about. They had a little square joints, you know. You flip it like a little flip phone.
Yes. Yeah. It was like metallic in color.
Yep.
Or metallic gloss or something like that.
Yeah.
I had the silver one, so mine wasn't really glossy. But Metro Prime, that's the first game I had. I don't know how I even, maybe because it was a cover, like got my attention. I just told all my parents to get it for me. I would always play, but I never beat it as a kid. I mean, I was 5, so, but it was a pretty fun game, and that's something I want to beat, especially after playing Metroid Dread. It has some PTSD flashbacks. I need to conquer that game. Yeah. But all right, if you guys enjoyed listening to this podcast, if you're watching on YouTube, give us a like and a comment. It helps us get into the algorithm. And if you're listening on Apple or Spotify, you know, just rate us 5 stars and share it on social media with your friends. I'm going to check you guys out on the next episode.
Donation.
And donations. We take donations.